What's up, y'all? It's Calvin here, and I want to holler at you guys about a couple of stories. One coming out of the West Coast, and one dealing with the Portland area. And to start with, the Western states, they are looking at recycling wastewater. And for those of you that didn't know, this is a practice that has been going on for quite some time, and I will go into it just a bit. If you can see here, I did a search on Bing. And it says here that Arizona has a long history of water reuse, starting in at least 1926. And currently, as much as 2/3 of all treated wastewater generated in Arizona is reused. All right, and we're gonna go to pewtrust.com right quick. And this article was written back in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Written in 2014, and it says here, Oklahoma is one of many states reusing wastewater to address water shortages. The practice isn't new. California began reusing wastewater in the early 1900s, but it's increasingly popular as huge swaths of the U.S. struggle with drought. All right, so then scrolling down, like real quick, that would just give you credence to what was said previously about Arizona, and then you had California. So I just wanted to show you guys that this is a widely used practice, and it's actually by 2013. There were 36 states that were using this particular practice. Okay, so once again, nothing new, but we are going to get to some purple pipes right quick, and this is how you can recognize water pipelines that are using sewage water, basically, you know what I'm saying, recycled sewage water. All right, and it says right here, flowing through purple pipes so plumbers can distinguish it from other utility lines. Recycled water can be used in a variety of ways. Municipalities use it to water golf courses, parks, schoolyards, and road medians, fill lakes, and enhance natural wetlands, and fight fires. It can serve as irrigation for crops, commercial nurseries, and grazing pastures. Okay, so just from there, you can see that this goes on food that people eat, all right? And if you scroll down here, it says the main concern about reusing wastewater is the potential effect on environmental or human health, okay? And it says that there are limited studies on the subject, but so far there are no documented cases of disease outbreaks. All right, and that is not true. Frequently in hospitals, there are Legionnaires outbreaks all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it happens at the VA all the time. If you look up Temple VA, Waco VA, like they get Legionnaire's disease in the water systems all the time. So you know, and these places use those types of things. Right. There was something else that I wanted to touch on, which is really the bombshell of this whole thing, is that it says here, the risk of recycling wastewater as drinking water doesn't appear to be any higher, in some cases maybe even lower, than the risk present in current drinking water systems, according to the Environmental Protection Agency. This is the EPA, okay? And the only way that they would know this information, if it didn't appear to be any higher, is if they knew it was in the drinking water in the first place, where they were purposely piping it in to see what was going on. So, you know, just wanted to drop this on y'all, because looking up this stuff and like reading about it, you were going to see where it says that they don't do things like this. All right, but then they'll turn around and say some stuff like this. Okay, so, you know, they are feeding this stuff to us. That's why it's not a big deal for them to consider, you know what I'm saying, trying to repurpose human waste and make it edible. You know what I'm saying? Because like they've already been experimenting on us. Okay, so just want to make sure that you really get that point. All right, but anyways, moving on more with the purple pipelines. If you go to Bing and type in purple pipes used for reclaimed water, wastewater, and it says lot clean water, all right? And that's a website, and it says reclaimed water must be conveyed in pipe systems separate from potable water. These pipelines are color coded purple. All right. And so again, I just wanted to reiterate that the fact that these pipes are purple, and I wanted to give you several different sources so you guys can see it for yourself, so you can feel confident about this particular situation, so that when you're in a situation like you're out in public at a college or something like that, if you can see the picture here, this is a purple pipeline at Emory University. This is in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so if you see something about this and you're asking people, they can't lie to you and say, no, we don't have reused water, we don't recycle sewage water, things of that nature. If you see that purple pipe, can't nobody lie to you. So that was the main reason why I really wanted to beat the drum with that whole situation. And as always, to try to something else that I wanted to go over with you guys is that NASA, they actually use let me get the picture for it here. NASA has been doing this for quite some time, and they use this use of reclaimed wastewater. They actually use their sweat and urine, and they like cycle it through, and they like drink this stuff. And you see the picture here. They got like big old Capri Sun packs or like whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they're drinking their own sweat and urine. So, all right, and like something else that they say that they don't do with this water is that they say that food crops are not commercially processed that they use it on, okay? But you can see plenty of pictures where they got a purple pipe sitting next to a farm and they're watering it, you know what I'm saying? Like straight up. So they use it on stuff that we consume, all right? So like don't be fooled by them trying to say, oh, we use it so people can wash their cars, you know what I'm saying? It didn't just limit it to that. So anyways, hopefully I have proven that. Now let's move on to solutions when it comes to this particular situation. And for one, you can get you some water filters, you know what I'm saying, to extra filter your water. And I'll show some pictures of some of the ones. They are kind of expensive, but this is for people who have homes. I understand that everybody doesn't have the means to be able to get some of these stuff with the prices are there, because some of this stuff is really expensive, as you can see. But the Pelican filter systems, they've got high-end stuff, but they also got stuff that's pretty reasonable around the low 200s, high 200s. And they also have some things around the $100 range, as well as the Pure brand. For those of you who have seen that before, that PUR, Pure. They've got a filtration system that you can actually put up under the sink, and it like triple filters the water, and you can get those around like 200 something bucks. So, you know, that is an option. I actually have a filter, which I'll be putting a pitcher filter that I will be putting up on the screen that I use to filter my water. And of course, you can get filter heads for your showers and things of that nature. And for those of you who can afford it, you can also get you a Kangen machine. And these are very expensive. They cost, you know, around like $5,000. But if you could afford one and put a filtration system on it, like a Pelican system or a Jason system, which I do not have a picture for, strangely enough. You can't find them on the internet, or at least I'm having trouble for the purposes of this video. I'm starting to run into that problem more and more here frequently. But with the Kangen machine, you can ionize your water and make it alkaline. So this could turn into a side business for some people. And if you see the picture that I'm holding up there, it also has a smaller version of the Kangen. It's about $80 or 70 something bucks or something like that. You know, you can use it to get your water ionized, and people pay for that stuff. So these are things that you can, you know, use to be able to purify your own water for your household and make some money with. Because like with the Kangen machine, man, you can do a lot of stuff. You can actually fine tune your water's pH balance to where it is a natural pesticide, and water your crops with that, and like bugs will not touch your crops. Like a bunch of the weed growers in Oregon and like California, they all do that stuff, you know what I'm saying, with a Kangen machine. So you can, it's a very, very useful tool. It's very expensive, but like once you get one, man, like you can make a lot of money. So anyways, these were high end things. Of course, you can find, cheaper things. You always see me holding this thing up. This was like $13. The picture that you guys are seeing, I don't think it costs more than 20. And of course, you got to replace the filters, but they last a pretty good while. So it's somewhat cost effective, but ultimately you would want something that goes up under your sink, or a whole house filter, something like that. And of course it's gonna cost money, but it is well worth it. So anyways, that is a solution. Pretty simple, you know what I mean? And feel free to check out other methods of filtering water, because you can, they may take more work, but they're cheaper, and you can, be able to do that if that is what is going to fit your budget. And Lead Former 73, I'll leave links below for his channel. Feel free to check him out. He actually recently did one on water filtering, in a crisis situation. So definitely be a good situation to check out, particularly for those of you who are out west. All right, so anyway, moving on to the next topic, and that is local restaurants are facing supply chain issues. And this is taking place in the Portland area, right? And like places like Sam's and Kohl's and these different warehouses, they are running out of different things where a lot of the restaurateurs are shopping at, and so that pushes them to shop at the regular grocery stores. All right, and you can kind of see the domino effect of how this is going to work. Okay, and keep in mind, we're still up under the drought. We ain't got but like some squirrel piss worth of rain, like literally, like it literally rained about like 5 or 10 minutes about a week or two ago, and then it had rained since, and before that it didn't rain for like damn near 50 days. And so that's the situation that we're facing here. So it is gonna drastically be worse than what it is in some areas on the east of the United States. So it would be a good idea for you guys to see what's going on over here before it comes there, because like sooner or later y'all are going to have some of the same food issues that we are having here. So this is how the whole domino effect happens, like once again. So pay attention, and as always, to give you guys a solution, I'm going to put up a little video of my own little food garden, just to show you guys that you don't have to have a yard, that you don't have to have a whole bunch of space. I got a teeny tiny balcony, and I got some buckets from the dollar store, and I got lucky. I actually caught these buckets on sale. They were like crimpled up and crumped up, and they sold the buckets for like 50 cents. So I bought me a whole bunch of buckets, and then I got me a few buckets, one from Lowe's, one from Home Depot. And the yellow bucket that you're seeing, I actually grow potatoes in there. And then I got some spinach on top of that, which I'm going to transport, because I also grow my food hydroponically. Well, let me take that back. I'm learning how to grow my food hydroponically. Okay, so I will be using some of those plants to transplant into my hydroponic grower. And because, with the whole water restrictions and things like that, I want to have a situation where I'll be able to grow my food indoors where people can't see it, you know what I'm saying? So they're like health officials and, stuff like that, because like they've actually got a water restrictions in Yam Hill, which is not too far from where I stay. And I actually did a podcast or a video detailing that they had moved to a level 2 water restrictions, and that basically means that you can't water your grass and stuff like that until a certain time, and like you can't fill up your pool, things of that nature. So anyways, fast forward to level 3, you can't water your grass, fill up your pool, wash your car, anything like that. It's just limited to house use, like taking a bath, drinking water, feeding your pets, things like that. And it's gotten to the point to where if they are seeing people's grass still being maintained and like nice and green, like they are gonna look into it and investigate people, and write them a fine, and anything that you can be fined for, you can be put in jail for, because if you don't pay the fine, they're gonna come get you, because they want that money. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the type of situation that is going on really, really close to where I'm at. So it would behoove me to get to growing the food and things of that nature and working something out where I could have it indoors, so I ain't gonna have nobody, eye spying me and trying to rat me out. And also, to go through some of the things that I am growing, I'm growing spinach, pak choy, Swiss chard. I told you about the potatoes. I'm also growing onions, and I'm growing herbs like basil, thyme, chives, and parsley. Okay, and there's several different methods that y'all can use. You don't have to use a bucket. If you don't have money to get a bucket, you can use household items. You know what I'm saying? And I have used almond milk cartons, as you can see on the screen, and also I fashioned a flower pot out of some laundry detergent. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can see that up there right now. And this is set up for hydroponics, but the only thing that you have to do is you turn over the bottom and you drill some holes, and that'll leave some holes for you to put some to allow the water to leak out if you choose to put some dirt in there, and you know what I'm saying, still be able to grow some food. So it doesn't have to be used just for hydroponics. That's the purpose that I'm using it for. But yeah, just take some holes, and I have got a hole saw, all right, and it's basically a round drill bit, you know what I'm saying, and I'll put that up on the screen. It's actually cheaper now. The one that I got on the screen, I actually bought that particular one, and I paid like $12 for it. It's like $8.99 now. So for those of you that got you a drill, you know what I'm saying, you go ahead and get you one. It doesn't have to be a powerful drill because you're drilling through very thin plastic and thick paper, so you don't even really need a drill. You can just take your hand and just do some elbow grease and a tad bit of patience and perseverance, and you will have a nice hole just as good as you drilled it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to go out and spend a whole bunch of money and stuff to do this, because you really don't need a drill or a hole saw. You can just get you a knife and cut your hole in there, you know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be perfect and all that stuff like that. You just need some space for the plant to sprout up and bloom and do what it needs to do. You know what I'm saying? So there's plenty of ways to skin this cat, all right? And anyways, now to get to the scriptures, all right? And when it comes to these folks, all right, that is dealing with this wastewater, all right, we have technology on earth right now that they can use to make it rain. We got the HARP system, and we've got a new technology that seems to be coming out of Dubai that I did a video on, that they use drones to make it rain. You know what I'm saying? They doing all of this stuff when they could be doing this here, okay? These options are available to us, but yet they walk right past that stuff and they go straight to sewage water. You know what I'm saying? And it says in scripture, in 1 Corinthians 3 and 18 and verse 19, all right? And we're going to read this right quick. And it says, "Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, he that taketh the wise in their own craftiness." Excuse me, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So when they trying to be slick, trying to be smart, that's when the Most High snatch you. All right. And if you come up to verse 16, "Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth within you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are." And so that is crystal clear what the Most High is saying. And the reason that I'm reading this is to let you know is that these fools that is walking past things that are going to actually help us, you know what I'm saying, and benefit us, you know what I mean, and going to options that could eventually harm us, you know what I'm saying, by not doing what it takes to make it rain the proper way, you know what I mean, that they could do. But instead, they'll filtrate this filthy water and then put it back on our food and do all these things like that. The Most High sees these things, and they are damaging the temple of many, many people, especially with this, this vaccine and things of that nature. They're hurting folks left and right. There was actually a young lady in Singapore. She took the shot and had a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? and she actually got some money behind it, but they have a set coffer of money just for that because they know that they out here hurting folks. You know what I mean? And that was the Pfizer vaccine, by the way. And the Mossad is seeing these things of how they're filing the temple of God. It doesn't mean that they're doing it to themselves. You can do it to someone else. If you are willfully doing these things and you are hurting the temple of God, the Most High said that He is going to destroy you. Okay, and that's why you're seeing like Germany getting hit with these floods, and a lot of these European areas is getting hit. Turkey and different places where these Europeans be. You know what I'm saying? They paying the price. This is why their birth rate is so low. The Most High, He sees all of the evil that they've been doing, and He kicking their draws clean up in their behind. You know what I'm saying? And it's just for people that don't understand spiritual things, they're just looking like God has forsaken us. But take another look. See where these places is getting hit up at. You know what I mean? It's getting these tornadoes and these bad storms worldwide. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is reckoning. You know what I'm saying? He is coming through and wrecking shop. So, just wanted to put that scripture out there. And then this is 2nd Esdras chapter 9, verse 13. And it says, and therefore be not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created. All right. And this is why I am doing this. This is why I'm telling you about the purple pipes. You know what I'm saying? This is for the righteous, so you can see and be able to make your moves amongst what these wicked fools are doing to us. Okay. And the Most High said, don't even worry about how they're going to get punished, because as I just explained to you, they're having things happening to them. Like, that's why they got all these fertility clinics. That's why Trump shut down abortion in, Bama? You know what I'm saying? Straight up shut it down, because they trying to save their own hide. They are trying to make it through this, and the Most High He is closing the door to a lot of the women's wombs so they can't have children. And then on top of that, He is heaping all of these natural disasters in their countries, you know what I'm saying, where you usually never seen stuff like this before. But the Most High is wrecking shop over there. He tearing Europe up, man. And something else about 2nd Esdras 9 and 13, you know what I'm saying, a point that I wanted to point out was where it says, and therefore be not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when. All right. And that's very important. Okay. And because like a lot of times it seems like these wicked folks, they can live forever and just do what they're going to do. But that's not stopping them from getting they just do, because I have seen situations, you know what I'm saying, and y'all done seen them too, where a baby in Chicago actually not that long ago got shot in the head, you know what I'm saying, like a 1-month-old baby when she got shot, you know what I mean, and was able to survive, and the bullet is still in her head. And we got a guy out in Germany that got licked by a dog and died. And I'm saying this to say this: you can't get around the Most High. You can't get around him. If He wants you, you know what I'm saying, you gone. And if He wants you here, you're going to be here. These guys were shooting assault rifles and shot this baby in the head, and the baby's still living. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Most High for that. You know what I mean? Like, for real, for real. So, anyways, moving on, y'all. And for those of you who don't have the means to do the filtration type situations, I've got a scripture for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils, and they shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. All right, so that right there lets you know, as long as you are moving within the will of the Most High, He is going to keep you. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I push on Cal's Podroast to, you know what I'm saying, get back to the law, follow the law, follow the law. It's going to preserve you. Like this is how it happens. Because like during times like these where we got people that is using, you know, sewage water to like feed us with and spray on our food and do all other kind of things with different type of chemicals that we don't even know about. But yet and still the Most High has continued to preserve us, and you know what I'm saying, things like that. Because I got the measles vaccine like a whole lot of people did, but you know what I'm saying, a lot of young black boys, they ended up getting autism and things like that, like soon as they got the shot. White kids, and you know, too, but still, you know what I'm saying, like all of the things that was, you know, purpose just for black people, you know what I'm saying, that we didn't have like no idea about until like years later. We all made it through these things. You know what I'm saying? And that was because the Most High kept us. So I hope this scripture really, really resonates with you guys. You know what I'm saying? To be able to give you hope and like not give up just because you don't have this or have that right now. You know what I'm saying? Keep pressing the line, following the law. So in closing, I hope that these things will be able to bring some clarity to you about the situations that we got going on and some of the options that you have, you know what I'm saying, regardless of how much money that you have, you know what I mean? And as always, I will leave the links below. And, you know, if we share this information and, you know, network and things of that nature, we can put our heads together and make it through anything that these folks throw at us. All right? This is the Podroast.
Said it's gonna be alright, alright.